What's up guys, Garrett here with selftdev. Today we're going over how to use Claude Code for free because tokens are getting expensive and I'd rather throw my money at sketchy internet websites offering me free RAM. We are going to use a repo called Free Claude Code for this. It sets up some infrastructure to forward our requests to whatever other model we want to use to process our code, but allows us to continue using Claude's local infrastructure. There are other repos that perform similar functionality, so if this is ever not up or if you want to use something else, just Google Free Claude Code infrastructure repos and I'm sure something useful will pop up. I'll have a link to this in the description because it's what we're going through in this tutorial. I'll have a link to all of the websites in the description, so make sure you check that for any links you need in this tutorial. But we're going to go down to the quick start guide here. These steps might change, but if you follow what's in this quick start guide, it should get you set up and going to where you can follow along with the later part of the tutorial. If you don't have Claude Code, just copy this, throw that in a terminal and install. It's with npm, so you probably need Node installed as well. If you do run into too many issues trying to install like the base Claude Code, let me know, and if enough people have issues with that, I'll make a tutorial on how to do that in the future. Next up, we want to install the runtime requirements for this server, which is essentially just Python 3.1.4 and some other things. If you're on Mac or Linux, copy the top part. If you're on Windows, use the bottom part. I would recommend copying and pasting these line by line. Depending on your terminal, you can run into issues copying and pasting the whole chunk, so it's just less error prone doing it line by line. Step 3 is to get our API key, which we're going to do after we get the server up and running. So we're going to skip that for now and then just do the install proxy. This installs the executables so we can run the commands we need to proxy our requests. Once you've pasted those all into a terminal, I'm going to go ahead and open up Bash here. I've gone through this, installed it already, so I'm not going to do that part, but I am going to do the fcc-server, which is step 5, and this is going to spin up our server. Let me increase the size of that here. I think that's probably big enough to see in the video, but that gets our server up and running. They do have a nice UI we can interact with, so we don't have to go into the code and edit the .env file. We're going to copy this link here, paste that, and then we've got our nice little UI to adjust API keys, models, etc. Looks a little overwhelming at first, but I'm going to take your hand and walk you through it. There are a variety of API keys and websites you can plug into to run cloud models. We are just going to go through OpenRouter because that's my personal favorite way to do it at the moment. I do have a few others configured, but we'll get to those in a moment. So OpenRouter. OpenRouter.ai, again, link is going to be in the description. You do need to make an account. I think when you first come to this, it should just prompt you to create an API key and an account. But if it doesn't, just go over here, go to Workspaces, API keys. I'm going to delete this so we can walk through it together. We'll click on New Key. I'll call this tutorial, if I can spell. We'll set a $10 limit just because I like setting limits and being safe. You don't want to ever accidentally be caught in an infinite loop and spend $6,000 while you're sleeping overnight without knowing it. Reset, never. We want to manually reset our usage, and then this is going to expire in an hour because I don't want anyone to be able to take this token and use it. Make sure you copy this, throw it in a sticky note or somewhere on your computer, because once you close this, you can't get it back. You have to create a new key, which isn't that big of an issue, but just calling that out. We've got our API key and we're going to paste it into this OpenRouter API key here. Click apply, click validate, cool, config's a valid shape, and then we're going to click refresh models to make sure we have all of the latest models in OpenRouter in context. Next up, we need to actually run Claude Code. So we are going to open another terminal. We're going to zoom in a little bit here. You don't have to do that part, obviously. And we're going to do fcc-claude, and then this will run Claude with our server as the backend essentially. We're going to make this a little bit bigger just so I can see that, and then we want to plug in the model that we want to use next actually. So we're going to go back to OpenRouter, we're going to go to models, and then these are all of the models that OpenRouter has. There's a lot. I usually like to just sort by most popular, and I typically just use DeepSeek. If we want a free cloud version, just want to point out free often means degradation in quality. So if you're not paying $5 per million input, $25 per million output with Claude Opus 4.7, you're not going to get as good of a quality. But what I like to do is use the top tier model as the orchestrator, and then lower tier, less expensive models for the actual execution. The orchestrator can kind of have an overview, make sure everything's going how it expects, and then the lower tier, less expensive models are handling execution. So let's see here. We're on free. We want to sort by most popular again, and then let's go ahead and try out poolside Laguna M1. We just want this route here, so we're going to copy that. We'll go back to our admin UI, go down to model routing, and just paste that in here. It should pop up with an autocomplete. This comes from the models up here that are in context. So we've got that. I had that already selected, so I don't have to click apply, but you should click apply and validate, and then it should say you're good to go. From there, if you have Claude, you probably need to restart it to resource the models, and then do /model. And then we can look in here. Whoa, that's a lot. So by default, it should have this first one selected here. It is hard to see which ones it's looking at with it zoomed in like this. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go, now we can see the caret. Yeah, it should have default selected by default, obviously. So we'll just go down to the one that we want, the poolside Laguna M1 free, select that, and then we'll say, what model are you? And if we look in our server over here, I guess we kind of missed it, but it posted the request to the appropriate endpoint. So it's sending that request to OpenRouter, and then the OpenRouter is sending that through this poolside Laguna model for us. And then if we look over here, we get back the response, and it says, I'm running the OpenRouter model poolside Laguna M1 free as configured by your model command. Sweet. So that is just a simple way to use remote cloud models. I have used DeepSeek a lot. I don't typically go with the bare bones free ones just because, I mean, like I said, the trade-off between quality and how much you're paying is definitely a thing. But DeepSeek, 11 cents per million input, 22 cents per million output, or even just a lower version of something else is a lot better than the $5 per million input, $25 per million output. So that is first part, using cloud models. Next up, let's talk about how to actually run models locally so you're doing it for free. Now this does kind of depend on your hardware. So if you have a potato for a computer, this probably isn't going to work super well for you, but if you've got a decent rig, you can find a less demanding model and run that locally. We will open up PowerShell here, and then if you would just copy and paste this into PowerShell, that will download and install Ollama. I've already got it installed, so I'm going to skip that step here. I'm just going to run Ollama, and it will say, what do we want to do? We want to chat with a model just to start. We'll go ahead and grab, note that a few of these are cloud models, so we want something we can run locally. So I'm going to go ahead and use Gemma 4 here and download that. We'll give it a minute or two to download the actual model that we want to use. There we go, we got it installed. So we'll just say, hey, and then it's thinking, processing. And then we can see its whole reasoning behind what it almost said and why it actually said, hey, what's up? How can I help you today? Sweet, so we've got that running locally here. I heard my GPU start to spin up a little bit more while it was thinking about that. But we've got this up and running now. To use it with Claude Code, we're just going to kill that process and then run Ollama again. And then we'll just select launch Claude Code. Yes, I trust this folder. And then if we look at the slash model, we can see that we've got Gemma for the local custom model we downloaded selected. And then anything you type into Claude will get run through that, processed locally. Now it is going to be pretty slow, just because local hardware is typically not as good as what they have in the cloud, unless you just got a high-end rig. But you can go to models here and find a less demanding version to use that would be faster locally. But that is about it for this one. Now you know how to connect to remote cloud models for Claude or run something locally for it as well. If this helps you out, give me a thumbs up so YouTube knows I'm putting out good stuff. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the content I'm putting out. Link to the Discord is in the description if you want to come hang out there and talk tech. I think that's about it for this one, so I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.